Hello everyone, this is Music Master, and this is my first video I am doing. There we go. This is the first video I'm doing with my new iPhone that I just got on Wednesday, I believe, so 2 days ago. Yeah, Wednesday. Okay, anyways. Today we're going to do a rhythm lesson, and our lesson today is basically going to be on rhythm and beat, so it's called musical theory. So I'm going to do my first lesson on musical theory today. I also have a live stream upcoming in about 15 minutes, so I got to hurry up and do the video, but let's just get started. Before I get started though, let me just mention that because I'm recording using this new phone, I will no longer be able to use Capture, like the app that I use to combine my intros and stuff, because this phone has iOS 11 and Capture isn't compatible with iOS 11. And so from now on, until I can do something else, which I highly doubt, my videos will have no intros, and this applies for Riley and Bobbits too. Okay, so let's get on with the lesson. So today we're going to do some basic lesson on rhythm. And basically, in music, the main important things are rhythm and beat. Now, a beat, okay, let me use my piano here. A beat is something like this. 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, every beat, now in a rhythm could be something like, and in a rhythm, so okay, first of all, let's talk about beat. So when you're writing music, or in music in general, beat is basically something like, a beat has something called a time signature. Now, what is a time signature? Well, a time signature is basically, so in music, we've got beats. So this whole rhythm and beat concept, it really combines here. So let's start with notes. So we've got different notes to represent our musical beats. And so a very basic note is a whole note, and a whole note lasts for 4 beats. So here's a demonstrate. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So a whole note lasts for 4 beats. So 1 beat is a quarter note. Now, if you want to go twice as fast, we do something called subdividing. And when you subdivide, you're going twice as fast, basically, or twice as fast. So when you're subdividing, a thing that's twice as fast as a whole note is a half note. And so a half note, if a whole note lasts for 4 beats, a half note would only last for 2 beats. So here's an example. 1, 2, 1, 2. And so that's a half note. And like I said, one beat is a quarter note. So a quarter note, so if 1 beat is a quarter note, then a quarter note equals 1 beat. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are 4 quarter notes. And then let me just go upstairs. Sorry, my brother is downstairs. He's probably gonna plan on to eat.
Speech on. Take picture. Stop recording. 4 minutes, 47 seconds. Stop recording video. Speech off.
Okay, can I stand up my phone like this? No, I can't. Okay, we're back in my room, which is where I usually do my videos and live streams. So, okay, we left off at quarter notes. Now, if you subdivide from a quarter note is the subdivision from a quarter note is an eighth note. And eighth notes, so 1/8 note lasts for half a beat. And so, here's an example of an eighth note. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Those are eighth notes. Now, if you subdivide any further than that, you get to a 16th note, and a 16th note is worth a quarter of a beat. And the way you do 16th notes, when you're counting, you do 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a. And that's basically how, 16th notes are probably the fastest notes in music. Okay, so our next concept is measures and beats. So in a measure or a bar is something that is worth a certain amount of beats, and that's where time signature comes in. So when we talk about time signature, it means there are a certain amount of beats in one measure, and then a certain note equals one beat. So, for example, in a time signature called 4/4 time, there are 4 beats in a measure, and then each beat is worth a quarter note. So, and then 3/4 time is when there's 3 beats in a measure, and each beat is worth a quarter note. 2/4 time is 2 beats in a measure, and each beat is worth a quarter note. So, 4/4, 3/4, and 2/4 are the basic forms of time signature. So, when we talk about, here's, for example, I'll show you an example of 4/4 time here. 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 beats in this measure. Each beat on that measure is worth one quarter note. So, quarter, 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 quarter. And that means you stop. So that means each beat is worth a quarter note, and I just play 2 measures and then 8 quarter notes in 2 beats. And then let's talk about rests. So in music, you can't just have an ongoing rhythm, right? That's where rests come in. So, for example, a rest is basically where a rest is a silent period with no rhythm. So there can be a quarter rest, there can be a half rest, or an eighth rest. Or they can even be a rest for 4 beats. So I'll show you what I mean by rests. Quarter, rest, quarter, rest, quarter, rest, quarter, rest. So now when I do this 1, 2, 1, 2, that's a half note. But a quarter and a quarter rest would be 1, rest, 2, rest, 3, rest, 4. And so I've got a quarter note, and then after each quarter note there's a rest. And that's a quarter rest. So if I do a rhythm like the rest, so let me show you again. Oh, sorry. My bad. Okay. I rested. Where are the rests there? I rested for 2 beats there, right? So those are basically rests. And then let's talk about syncopations. So syncopations are a complicated form of rhythm. And how we do syncopations is something like hold on. Oh, 1, 2, 1, 2. And so when the rhythm is off, like 1, that's syncopated. It's a syncopated rhythm because it's not a complete quarter note. It's not a complete eighth note like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's kind of a little bit of a galloping rhythm. 1. And if you don't know it already, that's actually what your heart rhythm is. It's not a complete eighth note. It's it's kind of a quarter note with an eighth note joined together. I can't really describe this kind of rhythm, but a syncopation would be something like... That's a syncopation. Like I'm really terrible at explanations here, but that's basically a syncopation. So, it's getting closer to it's actually already 2 in the afternoon. But, so let me wrap this up. So, in music, the most important things in music are rhythm and beat. A rhythm has a whole note, a half note, quarter notes, eighth notes, and 16th notes. A beat, and then each note takes up a certain amount of beats, and a beat is usually a quarter note. And then we've got time signature, where we've got measures or bars, and we got 4 in the time signature represents the number of beats in a measure, and then what kind of note each number takes. What kind of note each beat takes. And then we mentioned rests, so there are silent periods in music. And then we just went through syncopation. So, thanks for watching this video. Please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, as well as Riley and Bobbits. And I'll see you in my next video. Peace out, guys.